Hey, what's up? It's Alyssa from Mixed Up Money and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about retirement. Scary, right? I know, it's not exactly the time of year you'd prefer to talk about saving money because it's summer and it's really fun to spend it. But that doesn't mean that it's not still important to focus on your finances no matter what time of year it is. It's not really a seasonal thing. You always have to be on top of your money. So let's dive right in. The first question I always get from people who are curious about their money is, when should I start saving for retirement? The answer is always. Always, 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 always. Right now is the best time to start saving for your retirement. But why is it so important that you start as soon as possible? Compounding, baby. Compounding is when an asset, so let's say that asset is your retirement money invested in a tax-sheltered account, that asset gets earnings from capital gains or interest. And from there, that money is reinvested to generate more earnings over a certain period of time, typically annually. This type of growth happens because your initial investment generates earnings from the original principal, aka the original sum of money that you invested. On top of the original principal, as well as the earnings you accumulate just by investing your money. Pretty cool, hey? Let's look at an example for all of our visual learners out there. Say you invest $10,000 into an investment account that earns around 5% interest each year. After the compounding period, your total would be $10,500. In the second period of time, the investment would earn an additional 5% on the principal amount and the $500 earned in interest, which means you would earn another $525. Bringing your total earnings to $11,025. This same pattern would continue as long as you have that money invested. And that's without adding any more money each year. We like to call that appreciation. No, not like I appreciate you helping me learn about money, more like appreciate the growth, because that's exactly what's happening. This is just one of the reasons that investing for your retirement account is so amazing and extremely important. Now that you know when and why you should save for your retirement, which is yesterday, let's talk about where you should save your money. Because you need enough money in retirement to serve as your only source of income, it's important that you build a large enough nest egg, which is what they call it, to last you from the day that you retire until you pass away. The Canadian government's typical standard age is 65, but you can choose whenever you want to retire. Regardless, let's say that you probably want enough money to last you 30 years. One of the best ways to ensure this happens is by investing your money into a tax-sheltered account. If that money is invested in stocks, on average you'll earn about 7 to 8% annually, which is awesome. Other options for where you can save your retirement fund include a group retirement account offered by your employer, bonus points if they do a matching program, your own retirement account like a TFSA or an RRSP. I'll link a video up top for you where I go into a little bit more detail about the difference between those two accounts. And you can also put your retirement fund into any regular investment account. Just be aware that if it's not a TFSA or an RRSP, it may not be tax sheltered. Well, it probably isn't tax sheltered, which means that you will be taxed on any capital gains or interest that you earn from within that account. All of these are great options, but to be really sure which one's the best for you, you should do your own research and you should absolutely speak to a fee-based financial planner because they'll be able to tell you unbiasedly what is the best option for you. What about how to save your money? Typically, every retirement spiel will tell you to save 10% of your income towards retirement, and it makes sense. But one thing to consider here is that if you are post-graduation, you're probably earning an entry-level salary, which is likely only around $40,000, and 10% of that is only $4,000. That's not a problem. If that's all you can do, that's great, and anything is better than nothing. Typically, though, the mindset with that is that people think they can invest more money later when they're earning a higher income. And while that makes sense and it's not wrong, that doesn't mean it's the best option. This mindset is actually backwards because of something we talked about earlier in the video, compounding. The longer your money sits in an account, the longer it has time to grow. Therefore, something really crucial to think about is that you should be investing as much as you possibly can early on so that your money has a lot more time to grow. When you reach 40 years old, 60 years old, you may be making a really great salary, but if you start to increase your contributions then, you'll end up earning less interest on your gains than if you had invested that money when you were younger. Again, let's look at the numbers for our visual learners. This is Shirley. Shirley is 20 years old and earns $45,000 at her entry-level job. She's ready to start contributing to her tax-sheltered retirement account. She has two options: invest a lot or invest a little. Option 1. Invest a lot. Shirley starts by putting $1,000 into the account and plans to contribute $8,000 more this year, which means that she would be saving 20% of her income towards retirement. That's double what the numbers tell her she should do, but Shirley read a personal finance book and now she's a money queen. Shirley doesn't plan to retire until 65 years old. She hasn't heard about FIRE and she loves to work. That means she has 45 years to save for retirement. Her account will earn her 5% annual interest. Shirley will have a whopping $1.35 million at retirement. And that's if she doesn't increase her contributions later in life. Option 2, invest a little. Shirley starts by putting $1,000 into the account, just like she did with option 1. She plans to contribute $3,500 more this year, which means that she would be saving 10% of her income towards retirement. That's exactly what the personal finance book she's read told her to do. Congratulations, Shirley. Shirley doesn't plan to retire until 65 years old because she loves to work, which is totally allowed. And that means she has 45 years to save for retirement. Her account will earn her a 5% annual interest. When she crunches the numbers, Shirley will only have $595,000 at retirement. Oh no! Shirley knows she'll need more than that piddly income at retirement. To make up for lost time, Shirley decides she'll just up her contributions later in life when she's earning a higher income. Oh boy, Shirley decided to have a kid, which is awesome, but unfortunately she's still earning the same income. It's okay though. Shirley decides that at 40, she'll put 20% of her income towards retirement instead. That will earn her an additional $400,000 of retirement income. That's awesome. This brings her total to $1 million. However, one thing to note is that by choosing to invest more later, Shirley missed out on over $300,000 of capital gains and interest. Okay, I know that was really dramatized, but that's just one way to really show you guys how important it is to invest when you're young. I know it's a lot to take in, and I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, oh my god, Shirley's only 20 and I'm 30 and I haven't even done anything like this, and oh my god, I'm never gonna retire. And hey, I get it. Me too. I actually didn't start investing until 25. Even then, I wasn't putting a ton towards my retirement. I don't even think I was putting 10% towards my retirement at that time. Therefore, I have a lot of ground to make up. But hey, it happens. All we can focus on now is trying to find a percentage that works for us. Play around with the numbers and see what works best for your situation. Because honestly, it's not that scary. Retirement will come, you will save enough, you are already doing more than most, and you are just as much of a money queen as Shirley is, I promise. For those of you who are interested in finding out more about your personal numbers, I will link a couple of my favorite calculators below for you to go and check out. It's really important that you use good retirement calculators because a lot of them are super scary and they don't give you accurate numbers. So hopefully these ones help out. When it comes to retirement, starting young only helps as much as you let it. But if you contribute as much as you possibly can, you'll feel like it's enough, and it totally is enough. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you want to read more about it, I will link the blog post that goes up tomorrow below, and you can check it out to get a little bit more information about that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to tweet me at MixedUpMoney if you ever want to talk about money, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I like to do that. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys this week. I will see you next Tuesday. Thanks for waiting, because I know I didn't post last week, but I was traveling and things just got out of hand real fast. Have a great week. Enjoy a coffee. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Bye!